real estate growth and why working harder might actually be hurting you. Have you ever asked yourself, why am I working so hard but still not growing?
Welcome to the Open Books Podcast, where we discuss all things real estate, helping you take the road less traveled to real estate success. I'm your co-host, Curtis Haddock, alongside my co-host, Tuter and Brooke Massey. What's up, guys?
What's
going on?
It feels like it's every time I say it, it's long, but I'm like, no. What was it before? Because we shortened it.
Yeah, it was longer. I don't want to know. It's on something over there. We wrote it down real big. But
But every time I'm like saying, I'm like, is this the original long version?
No, it's condensed. It's condensed, man.
Okay.
So today on our podcast, we're going to talk about agents that are working way too hard.
But we should be. Come on.
They should be, but I think the point here is that you got to make sure you're putting everything in place to make your life a little bit easier so you can allow yourself to grow. But I'm going to need your help on how to do that. Can you enlighten me?
Yeah, I'll let you know kind of what we're going to talk about. But to add to what you just said, I always tell agents, especially when they don't feel like they need mentorship or any type of coaching, it's like you could have all the energy in the world and you could be like, man, I want this and I'm going to work my tail off to get it. If you're not putting your effort in the right direction, then you're not going to grow or go anywhere with it, especially in this real estate industry.
Yeah. Right.
So today, what we're going to go over is why hustle culture is actually limiting growth.
Whew.
And there is an entire, culture, it seems, around just that word hustle. You got to hustle. You got to be willing to put in the work, and you do. But again, you got to be doing it in the right places. What's the difference between being busy versus being productive? Those are two very different things. Most of us are busy, and I bet, and I guarantee, even the most successful people have been in that cycle of being busy over being productive at one point or another.
I spend half my day logging into softwares.
Or if you're in a bottleneck, then you're busy and productive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
maybe you're not.
Yeah, but try to figure out how to not have that bottleneck.
That's a hard place to live, because it's like you're like, really? Is this all I can do?
Yeah.
Is this the much money as I can make? Because I sure don't have any more time.
Yeah.
Some of it is about control and giving up control, but these are good nuggets.
Well, yeah, that's key.
Let's save it for
Oh,
the episode.
yeah, we haven't started yet.
No. And then the very last one is the mental framework that high-level agents use. So the different strategies, the mindset, and the way that high-level agents look at their tasks that they do on a daily basis. How do they get them done? And how do they, delegate, things like that. So a lot of good stuff. I actually think that there is a lot of good information that can come from this podcast. So if this is you, if you're somebody who is busy all the time, but you're not making any money, you're not putting deals under contract, then listen up, because there's something's got to change or you're going to stay broke.
Yeah, it's kind of, you just made me think of it. It's like, really, there's like two different types of agents. Well, there's more, but two examples I'm giving is one that, an experienced agent who's busy or making a good income, they're bottlenecked and they need to figure out how to streamline processes and give up control for things. But then there's the new agent who stays busy doing things that don't get them in front of new clients.
Yeah. They think they're doing something.
And they think they're doing something.
But let's talk about that. So why hustle culture is actually limiting your growth, and that kind of stuff, it leads to burnout. And I think it's also why so many agents leave the industry in the first year.
Yeah,
75% are done.
I think it's worse. I actually just had this conversation on the phone call on the way into this podcast about this. They talk about it in the Bible about resting and stuff, but like the hustle culture, it's not just real estate, it's America. Like,
Right.
we are a capitalistic country, and that's how we all live. And we were talking about one of my agents, she went to church last night, and that was like kind of the lesson that they gave. But then we were talking about, like, we went on vacation to Costa Rica. Costa Rica, like, they are really, and not just them, like other countries, they're really known to like stop, like plan things out and just kind of slow and be very intentional.
You know, in Rome, they have a siesta time, like a nap time.
Yes.
My
yes.
wife and
a lot of places
my
in
wife and I
Rome.
thought it would be disrespectful to not partake in the nap time when we were
you guys
there.
are right.
So after lunch, we would go back to our room. Well, when in Rome, you
Yeah.
know, it's nap time, baby.
That's wild, dude. Well, it's like, because I'm thinking, like, man, you bring that over here, and it's like, the first thing people are going to do is like, I'm not going to nap because I can make 20 extra phone calls in that hour.
Yeah,
You know,
but are they productive? Right?
Yes.
Because if you take a nap, you might be like, man, I'm falling behind other one. But now when you wake up, now you have the energy to go.
yeah,
past
you can
that
prioritize
person.
nap if you spend the other times actually doing the things that
For sure.
help you grow.
Oh, I know plenty of top producing real estate agents that take their nap every day.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe just one specifically,
Yeah,
but no, it's important because otherwise, if we're just out there and we're just hustling and hustling and hustling and hustling, we're making bad decisions. We're probably losing sales, and I mean, there's just lots of
Always
things.
missing things.
I think
too.
there's things
Yeah.
that we don't even know that are happening.
Oh,
are
yes.
happening. To your point about new agents, you know, we can see the things that they're missing out on because we've experienced it and we know where it's going, and we've seen, you know, hundreds of agents come into this industry and then leave because they did the same things. And when you try to tell somebody, hey, don't focus on that stuff. You're keeping yourself busy. Yeah. And you're doing stuff, but like, it's not moving the needle forward to actually making any money.
Yeah.
And can you stay in this industry for very long without making any money?
No.
Okay. Then go do the things that are going to make you money and then worry about some of this other stuff.
I'm going to give you a good example. One time we had an agent that we teach how to do expireds or for sale by owners and how to convert them. Well, the quickest path to success, as we know, is just pick up the phone and call them as fast as you possibly can. Get them on the phone and then follow the process. But what this agent did was, you know what, I think I should do it this way. They've never sold a house before, and here I am selling dozens of houses, 40, 50 houses a year, and I tell him how I did it, and he's like, well, basically what he's saying is, well, good on you that works for you, but that's not what's going to work for me. And so the next thing you know, the dude is printing out these massive packets for these expireds.
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
like
years ago?
Years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Love the person, but prints out these thick packets. I don't know how much it even costs to mail those. Puts them in the little manila thing, a little tie on
I
it.
remember that.
Puts the
Oh my
address. He
gosh.
dresses it up, and it's like, how much money did you spend on that?
It made him feel
It
good.
is not even. It did.
Not the
and it's not
client.
even. It's not even really like it's not even the time or the money that he put into it. It's both. Like
Yeah.
he literally wasted money and his time.
Yeah, because we can tell people all day long till they're blue in the face, listen, there's no passive way to do this.
Right.
People are going to go with people who make them feel comfortable, safe, drop their guard. You build rapport with them. You show some kind of value because you're listening to their needs. It's really hard to do that through a text message or something in the mail.
Yeah.
Now you might be able to send something in the mail that grabs someone's attention, and they reach out or they call because they're interested in whatever it is that you sent them. Like maybe they want to know what their house is worth, or maybe you told them you do a cash offer or whatever, and they're interested in that. But then as soon as you get that information or that first call, well, now you got to sell them on the value part of it and figure out what they need and go provide the value, right?
Yeah.
So it's like extra work.
Yeah, but so many people want to skip the beginning part of that process, and they want to go straight to this is why you need to use me and why you should list with me. Well, and the only reason is because they're a licensed real estate agent. Like, I'm a licensed agent now, so now you should use me to sell your house.
Yeah. Just think about all the packets I'll mail the public.
Oh, dude. I mean,
most
we
people
know how many people we got to talk to.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to be sold either. There are some people that want to be sold, and they'll kind of tell you, but for the most part, people don't want to be sold or told what to do.
I think everybody wants to be sold, but it's how they're sold.
Yeah, it's like in a like a car salesman, like in their face, but a secret, like asking good questions.
This is what
is that what you mean?
And I think people would even say, like, don't sell me. I don't want you to sell me. But yet they will go buy a product, buy a service because that person was able to sell them. They were sold on that. And I think that we are all being influenced to some degree. It's a matter of what and who is influencing you.
Yeah.
Because the world around us is influence.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure.
So
there's a book on it.
Yeah, whether you realize it or not, you are being influenced towards something.
That's why I drive the truck I drive.
Was it my influence?
Well, maybe you had something to do with it, but I didn't buy a Dodge, though, did I?
You didn't.
You've been talking about buying a truck for like 3 years.
So I had that same truck in like 2013, and I've like regretted it ever since. And so like almost like every car that I buy is kind of like chasing that.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, you know what?
You just need that.
I'm just buying the damn truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean,
I just think he's overcompensating for something.
But
any guy that gets a truck, you're overcompensating.
I'm not putting a lift.
Me. I'm a big guy. On it. I'm a big guy. I need it.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Well, I bought a truck mainly because about 3 or 4 times this year I had to borrow someone else's truck to do something.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty handy and I build stuff.
Yes.
And so it's like
ironic. because I'm not handy and I don't do stuff.
but you're big, so you need some room.
Yes. You can lift stuff and get stuff off the top shelf.
You moved that couch in here, right?
I did. That was by myself.
Speaking of compensating for stuff, we can't use that couch in here because my legs will be dangling off of it because I'm so short.
Did you sit on it?
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna do with it?
Sell it, make some money.
Yeah. Or we can set it up right there just for conversational piece.
Could it be like for guests? Maybe would that be too much? Too much. I think so too. Yeah. Okay,
you could sit in it and be fine.
Well, then
but you're 6'4".
Can you sit in this? Can you sit here?
That's kind of too big for me too.
I would love that chair.
But anyways, back to the podcast. I was going to say something very profound, and I was going to tell new agents the thing that you guys need to make sure that you're careful of, and just this is probably the best advice I can give you when you're getting approached by a client is they want to know what you can do for them. That's pretty much a losing battle. Someone who challenges you in that way, you're most likely not going to have what they want, even if you're good at what you do. So I tell people to not worry about that. That's not what your job is, not to like, or people will say, what are you doing to set yourself apart? It's like, well, I have pink hair. Okay, so what? That's not going to help you sell houses. Yeah. That might be a part of your brand. You might be confident with that. That's great. But what you need to do, how you're going to pick up the client, convert that client, regardless of what you know or you don't know, is if they like you or not. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That and then just educating them on the process. Yeah. If you can make them like you and educate them on how the process works, that is your value add, and that should be everyone's value add. It's just I'm going to do it a little bit differently than you will. That's what's going to make us different, but it's the same thing.
What are you going to do to set yourself apart? And the answer to that question is, well, how do I know when I don't even know what your needs are yet?
Yeah. Someone will say, well, what are you going to do besides put my house on the MLS? I had a lady ask me like that, and she's like, and I go, well, first of all, it's going to take both of us to sell this property, not just me. Yeah. So I immediately put it on them.
Yeah. Well,
sorry,
I didn't want to.
No, you're good. It's just like, if we're going to price it right, we have to make sure the house is staged properly so we get the best photos we can possibly get.
That's the thing is it's not about putting it on the MLS. It is about putting it on the MLS, but it's about what are you doing leading up to that point? Mm-hmm. Because I would challenge those sellers and say, well, not challenge them. I would share data with them and say, do you realize that there are a lot of people who try to sell their house on their own, and there are companies that will put it on the MLS for them, and they still can't get it sold? Why do you think that is?
Because there's a process.
Because it's more than just sticking it on the MLS. Mm-hmm. Experience matters.
And it's not...
We know what it takes to get a house sold and what you need to do to
Right.
get it sold. That's what makes me different. Is I have more experience than
It's
Yeah.
not always about marketing and marketing. Well, it is about marketing, but
I was like, it's
I feel
100%
like
marketing, but
it's like
Well, there's timing involved.
yeah, there's a timing involved, but marketing doesn't mean I'm going to go spend $5,000 on Facebook ads
Well,
and stuff, and that's going to
yeah.
help your house get sold.
This is, but so the first part of that conversation is, well, it's going to take both of us, and here's what we need to do to get it ready, to get it sold in X amount of time per the data. Second half of this is, and I know that you want to know what else besides the MLS, but MLS is it.
Yeah,
Like
MLS
it's-
gets it out to everybody.
It's the most powerful tool, and it's
Everybody.
super expensive.
Yeah.
Like, why would I? And I also point this out too. Like, we're like the only country in the world that even has an MLS system, which does what?
Yes.
Gets it out to the entire world.
Gets it out to the entire
Like,
world.
what else do you want?
Well,
you know,
you say something similar to what I say, but in a different way. And I think, I mean, when people start talking about marketing, marketing in most people's minds is like, how do I get this out to as many people
Yes.
as I can? Spending money, like Brooke
Yes.
said, go spend a lot of money so I can get in front of a lot of people. Something that Casey says that's really good is if your house is worth $300,000, and I go and I go market it, and I'm able to get it into the home of every person in the world, but it's $1 million, and I go market it to everyone. It's not going to sell to any one of those people,
Right.
Because it's only worth $300,000.
Yes.
So marketing is not. I'll tell you right now, the MLS. Yes, we all have access to the MLS, and all agents are gonna put it on the MLS. That means that we all have the ability to market and advertise it to everyone.
and it's cohesive. That's the way you want it.
But marketing is not about that. Marketing is about how are you making people feel when they see it,
yes,
when they get it.
Yeah.
and then even more so once they walk into the door.
And then if we can split this in two different sections too. One of them is listing photos. That's what really sells the house.
Oh yeah,
We got way off
because-
topic, by the way.
We are. Okay, we'll jump back on. I was just thinking that too. The video is like, I just saw a guy make a video in a Netflix style. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's like sitting like with half his face is dark, in the house, and he's like answering questions about the house. He got the music behind it. It was like a Netflix. It's really cool.
That's
well, you know
cool.
what that does for the seller?
what?
Nothing.
I was gonna say
Yes.
it does
Do you know what
everything for the agent. Though.
It does. It builds the agent's brand. So if you're going to do stuff like that, use it for your branding.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Okay, well,
get us back on.
We've kind of been talking. I mean, hustle culture, but we can tie the second point into this: being busy versus being productive. Like, I think it would be interesting or a good idea to maybe share things that either we've seen people do. Like, let's give some examples of what is being busy versus what is actually being productive. I think that the number one busiest thing that everybody does at some point is email.
There's so many small details in real estate, like so many. And like that's probably the biggest thing I try to
what do you mean? What do you mean by email?
Well, because emails take a lot of time,
You know
and
what I mean?
But what are they emailing?
No, I'm just saying you spending too much time in email.
Yeah. Like too frequently throughout the day, just living in the inbox.
And you're getting an email, and
now you quit doing what you're doing.
Now you quit doing to answer the email, and now you're not focused, and you're doing different things. And
Yeah.
it's not keeping you productive.
Yeah. This business is managing distractions. That's all this business is, and it is so hard.
It's hard.
Well,
in practice.
it's habit, right?
It's hard in practice because of habit, but honestly, the best thing that anyone can do for their business is learn how to time block.
Yeah.
I cannot stress how important time blocking is, because if you time block and you say, you know what, my hour to answering emails is this hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can spend that hour going through and answering. And sometimes some of those emails get answered by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Right.
time blocking's hard if you have ADHD, though.
No, for sure. I
Yeah.
totally
Well, I think, I mean,
but it doesn't mean
But-
it's impossible.
No, it's not. It's
in the
not.
perfect world, you check your email so many times a day. you limit yourself, and then you finish a task before you start another one, and then you know what is busy work and what's real work. And even like organizing your spreadsheets, that's busy work, even though you're going to maybe put it in your Lofty to send out all these emails at one time, which is efficient, it's still busy work in the meantime.
And
that's
okay.
Can be
delegated to somebody else.
It can be delegated, or you just, like you said, you just need to time block it, so you only spend a certain amount of time doing it, and then you move on to making the calls or whatever the next
just finding like one or two things to time block. I think lead generation would be important to time block, and then I think those emails and any kind of corresponding communication.
I think everything should be time blocked.
No, I'm saying I agree, but I'm saying just to start out. Start out trying to do at least one or two. Number one should always be lead generation, but then number two should be like that organizational, catching up on emails type of stuff.
Working your contracts, things like that. But also, I think people don't realize how much power they have over their schedules. Whenever people tell me like, oh man, I got to do this and I can't, that stuff like that's going to happen, right? You can't control everything, but you can control 95% of your schedule. If you time block and say, you know what, the time that I'm going to show houses is from 2 to 5. I mean, Casey, you're the only time that I see you showing houses is at a very specific time of the day. You can control that. You don't have to like have your clients tell you where to be, when to be, and all that. Like you can tell them, hey, like you can basically say, I have a prior obligation at that time. Let's try to do from this time. Oh, you can't do that. Well, what about tomorrow during that time? No, you can't. You can't ever do it at that time. Okay, well then you might need to work something in, and that's rare.
Well, if you really can't, then I hire someone to go show for me.
Well, they want to, or that. Yeah, you can even hire somebody, but like you can time block every activity that you have going on and make sure that the only time that you're showing houses is from this time to this time if you know how to navigate it. And
yes,
you brought up ADHD, and I think that's a great thing to talk about. I'm very familiar with ADHD. I know for sure I have attention issues myself. I'm a squirrel when it comes to things, and my son has been diagnosed with it and is medicated for it, and so I see it in action. Right? ADHD. I sometimes think society has put a label on to people that limits people in their what their abilities to what they have the ability to do.
But it's also kind of a gift.
A lot of ADHD people end up like being like hyper focused, right? On being able to do certain things. But my point is that it shouldn't have to be limiting, because I was listening to an influencer and he goes, listen, all you people that have ADHD and you say, well, I can't make it here on time. I'm always all over the place and I'm doing this and that. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't make it. It was actually in the context of interviewing for a job and like telling the employer like, well, I might be a few minutes late here and there. Like, is that okay? And it's like, you're going to tell your employer that I should hire you, but you don't know if you're gonna be on time to places, right?
That's your job.
Yeah, and then he goes to say, how about this? Next Wednesday, okay, or what is today? We'll say whatever the day is. Next Wednesday, whatever day it is for you, a week from now, Wednesday.
It's the same day for everyone.
I know.
It's today.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm just kidding. That's funny though.
7 days from today.
Okay.
Okay.
Stupid.
It's not even Wednesday today. 7 days from today. Okay. I want you to show up at this address at 9 o'clock sharp. Okay. If you are a second late or a second early, okay, then you lose. Oh. But if you make it at 9 o'clock, I will give you $1 million.
This sounds like Squid Games.
Okay.
Red light, green light.
Yeah.
I would get there. I'd get there 2 hours early for $1 million.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You can't be a second
how
early.
How many people with ADHD, if you gave them, if that was a realistic thing, could make sure they got there at 9 o'clock?
I mean, unless they got more issues going on than that, I would say 100% of people are going to make it.
Sure. And there's probably some exceptions to things, right? But if it's literally ADHD is the only issue and they just have a problem like being on time, if you told them you had to be there at 9 o'clock, you can't be a second late.
Are you saying
you can't be a second early either?
You guys are going to be outside watching the clock.
You're
walking in as soon as it turns.
I'm getting there 2 hours early, and I'm waiting for that.
Right.
Like, I'm going to guarantee.
You know, but you want to know why though? It's not the $1 million is the motivator, right?
Right.
But you're prioritizing it.
Yeah, you get rid of all the excuses.
The issue that someone has of showing up to work on time is that there's not a big enough.
It's just not that important to them.
They don't have a big enough important factor,
which is frustrating for an employer.
Show up, but they want to make money.
Yeah,
but apparently making money is not enough.
Yeah.
For people to show up and time block and to do those things, right?
Yeah.
It's all about priority, and then what is the why that's pulling you, the important factor that's pulling you to actually prioritize it. So it was an impactful thing to hear for sure for somebody who's very squirrely with things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you squirrely.
That's fine.
So if we don't start the podcast at 8 a.m., you guys just don't care that much.
It's not a priority, man. It's not a priority.
He said it's on video.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, anything what besides email, real quickly, anything else that keeps us? I mean, paperwork is one that can really keep
we're
us
in
busy.
Such a like
training. We talk about training all the time.
Watching too many videos. Yeah, trying to learn the contract before they do anything.
Yeah,
the world of
reading the contract
all that
is not
stuff.
a bad idea because it can really.
Well, it is a bad idea if you're never going to make a phone call.
That's true, but it gives you if you're going to make the phone call, I encourage people to read the contract because we talk about the educational piece of teaching someone the process and the steps. Well, you got to know it to be able to talk to someone.
Well, time block it. Say, I'm going to read for 15 minutes every morning. I'm going to read part of the contract.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And then don't do it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to make, this is what people do. They go, I know I need to make calls, but I'm going to read the contract because that's important too.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's just, today, like today's day and age, I was like, I'm going to smack you.
We did that to you last night.
It's okay. I'm really tired today, so you guys you're leading it. So I'm happy for that. Now I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
In today's day and age, sure, in real estate, there is so much stuff out there that helps you save time, like AI. There's CRMs. Like if you guys are not doing that, then you're already behind the ball. Instead of 15 minutes of reading, I would do 15 minutes of researching systems because there's so much out there. Like all you should be doing is going to appointments, talking to people, and negotiating contracts. That should be really it as a real estate agent.
Well, and that's why
if that's what you want to be.
Well,
some people like to do the process, and I get that. But, for me, I want to sell more houses, and I don't want to be weighed down and stressed out about all these things when I have either somebody I can hire or a system that can do it for me. So that way I can go out there and serve more people.
If you want to be the employee and you're comfortable with that, well, then you need to accept that you can't be the person that's going to be the growth person that's going to make all this money.
Yes.
You're going to be the person that's going to get hired to do the work to help that person.
Well, and there's some people that I know and I talk to, they thoroughly enjoy the process and taking the client from start to finish. And I never want to discredit those people because I think you just said it. Like some people, they don't want to make $500,000 a year. They just want to make, a good living.
That's great.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people deceive themselves and they think they want to make 500, but they want to also do the whole process. And so it's like,
you can't do both.
You can't do both. You got to decide.
Yes.
You got to decide. The people that know what they want to do and are content with where they're at, what they're making, fine. But don't deceive yourself to think that you can do it all.
So I think really for this episode, everyone listening, they really need to define their growth, I think, first.
Yeah.
Of what that actually looks like. What income do you want to make? Are you good with? And then you can implement whatever it is you need.
Yeah, I think within our firm, the way, the systems, we've basically set up all the systems that people need to start their business where they don't have to spend all that time trying to figure all that out.
Yes.
And I think that's really important when you're looking for a place to work on what kind of tools and resources that they're going to provide you that would take you years to learn on your own.
Oh, yeah, because it totally takes forever.
And then that's just, that's just the starting point. Then you have to grow and refine processes from there.
Yep.
I think
It's always constant
We've gotten
refining.
into the mental frameworks that high-level agents are using, which, systems. And the other thing that we can touch on real quickly before we wrap it up is going to be, the thing that I think separates, especially within our brokerage and our leadership group, is the people that are long-term oriented, that they can focus on the long term and not the right now. The people that are focused on the right now and the next transaction and how do I, my split, and instead of like long-term leverage, those are going to be the people that stay busy.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going to burn out and you're going to experience all those things because you're just focused on the next task as opposed to how can I help myself long term and put some of these systems in place to grow and get better.
The best agents don't outwork everyone, they outthink everyone.
Nice. By outworking everyone. Just kidding.
I mean, kind of, but not really.
But in a different way.
Yeah,
Like,
in
it's
a
like,
different way. I'm outworking people, but I also have 3 people building my business right now. While we're sitting here on this podcast.
Yeah, you're outworking people by you're doing different tasks. Just different. Different game. It's chess, not checkers.
I mean,
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Brooke's like, but I like checkers more.
I don't know how to play chess. I know how to play the
You don't know how to play chess?
I don't. I know how to play
We'll cut this part, Casey.
the chess
I'm
of
just
life.
Is that because you're from Enid?
Yes. We could only get back to checkers, and that was a feat in itself.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's actually pretty fun.
No, I believe
It's
it.
not fun if you play someone who actually knows what they're doing because then there's like no chance.
Well, it's just like my school was just different. Like
didn't have chess
everyone.
club?
I graduated 15 people.
Again, Enid.
There's Lahoma, which is worse. Lahoma, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
But no, even like everyone always learned Spanish. I never learned Spanish. From like my entire school, we learned French. That was it. So we were just different. And same thing with talking about chess and checkers. I don't think my school had a chessboard. We always had
learned
checkers.
French, but you didn't play chess. Like that's.
No, I learned French and we played checkers.
Those two things are directly related. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, how?
Oui.
Sophistication.
I guess. How is chess more sophisticated than checkers?
Well, if you played it, you would know. There's more rules.
I've played it.
That's why that phrase is a phrase. Like I'm playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah,
There's the strategy behind
there's
it.
more
is
strategy. There's more rules.
more thinking.
Yeah, there's
more,
like.
Yeah.
I mean, I do understand it. I understand this knight can only move so many spaces and so many
So
directions.
you do know how to play chess.
I mean, but I don't know all the rules. Like if we sat down, I'd be like,
Huh?
I know that the front guys can move one space.
You know
and
what?
that's about it.
No, well, they could move
Yeah,
two.
you know something.
Oh, see?
They could go two in the first move.
See, no one just ever sat down and told me the rules of chess.
But here's the thing I do know about you. You
Something
can
in
read the
time
rules
block.
and then know how to play.
That's
I know
true.
that about you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you just told me the rules, I'll kick your ass.
Well, it depends on who you're playing. There's some really good chess players.
No, I know. It's
There's some
very
6-year-olds that would wipe you clean.
probably. I understand.
Well,
it's
you
very
too, and me too.
strategic.
Yeah.
But it's a forward thinking game. You got to be 2, 3, 4 steps ahead.
Yes.
And that's what makes it not checkers.
That's what makes you a
Yeah.
good realtor.
You know?
Yeah, because
So-
you got to move, but then also predict. Yeah, no, I get
What do
it.
you guys think? Chess or checkers?
And if you had a downfall and your school didn't teach you about chess,
Sorry about you.
I can relate.
I can relate to you.
I don't think that my school taught me chess.
We just like
We just-
literally
well, I
no
think
it
one.
was just
I don't think we ever
We
had
had
a chess.
after-school chess club.
Did you go?
No.
So then how'd you
that's
learn?
for losers.
That's for losers.
So then how did you learn?
I'm kidding. I just played over the years.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I'm not good at it, but I know how to play it.
Yeah, I'm not good at it either.
Yeah.
I do love strategy games, though.
Yeah.
My wife hates them. Probably because
Clay doesn't like me.
I beat her pretty good.
Yeah,
Did you ever play aggravation?
I've never heard of that game.
It's the big board that has all the little holes, and it's like a big old like star thing.
Sounds
and you have like
aggravating.
marbles.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's so fun, and it's totally, you get so aggravated by people, but it's a little bit more of a strategic game. You should play it.
And
It's
was
really
with
fun.
marbles?
Yeah, it's like
Do
marbles.
the marbles go around the board?
Yeah, and then like
I love that. I have
and
that
then you
game.
have to
I
like
can't find
pop.
people that want to play because there's strategy and I just
No, I
yeah.
love you can come play with Brittany and I because we love it. We have a board.
man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, because you have to like roll the dice and then it gets you out, but then you can like make people start over.
Yes, that's I know the
Sounds
game.
like
Yes.
trouble.
It sounds like marbles. I call it marbles. I wonder if it is marbles or maybe it's a version of
No,
it or something.
it's aggravation.
And you-
It's a
and
specific one.
There's a certain number you can really go backwards to, right?
Yes.
I think so we just
It's
call
called-
it different.
yeah.
I think we call it different.
What's your favorite board game?
Comment
Monopoly.
below.
Yeah, mine's Trouble.
As your favorite?
I love it, dude.
I don't know what my favorite would be.
Theo,
We like
what
like
my wife
card games. We
really
like
gets
Phase
mad at me?
10 and
I love Phase 10.
Oh, Phase 10's our favorite.
I
That's
love
probably
it.
more strategy.
Love it. There's a lot of strategy. There's still luck involved in some of that.
Yeah.
You got to be able to draw the right card. But my wife gets mad at me and when we just play tic-tac-toe because she can't stop me from winning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but as soon as you know
That's
the
too easy to
strategy,
win.
you can kick anyone's butt.
That's true.
Yeah, it's too easy.
I think you and I played tic-tac-toe and we just kept tying each other because we know the strategy.
I will say that once you know, you can't go second and win. You have to go first.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Unless the other person doesn't know what they're doing.
Listen.
Okay, I got an appointment.
Let's go.
Okay,
Wrap it up.
guys. Well, again, please comment what your favorite board game is because I'm definitely
Curious.
interested in knowing that piece of information about you. But anyways, as we come to an end, I want to thank you guys for listening and watching. If you like today's content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I said that out of order, but you know the drill. Hit the buttons. And we're signing off. I'm Casey Tuter. This is Curtis Haddock and Brooke Massey.